Tonight, Legos get smart, Action Comics shares a record, Tangled goes live action, and remember actor Richard Dimitri and composer Kai Moon. All that and more on this edition of Multiverse tonight. Welcome to Multiverse Tonight, your source for geek news. We dissect films, games, comics, and much more, bringing you insightful commentary on pop culture. This is Multiverse Tonight. Now, here's your host, Thomas Town. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 256 of Multiverse Tonight. I'm, of course, your host, Thomas Townley. And, well, we're getting along with January all right. It's time to get down to brass tacks, do your taxes, or start your taxes, all that stuff. So, we have a very short episode tonight. So let's get right to it with some Star Wars news.
Sounds like you're planning something special for tonight's
Alexa?
broadcast.
Stop. Silly Alexa. Anyway, Star Wars news.
Roger, Roger. Roger, Roger.
And Star Wars news begins with Lego and Disney unveiling at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas Smart Bricks, marking a significant step forward for the commercial future of the Lego Star Wars line. These new technology-infused bricks will launch in Lego Star Wars sets as early as March 2026. Now, what they do, according to Lego's official press release and Tom Donaldson, Senior VP and Head of Creative Play Lab, the smart bricks are designed to integrate creative technology and storytelling, making building worlds and stories even more engaging, and all without a screen. Now, the bricks offer novel light, sound, and sensor options for builders, and it's been reported in an official Star Wars statement on January 5th that the smart brick is, quote, packed with technologies that bring play to life, including sensors, accelerometers, light sensing, a sound sensor, a major speaker driven by an onboard synthesizer, and easy wireless charging. Now, these first smart brick launch kits will be hitting stores on March 1st of 2026. They include the Lego Star Wars Luke's Red 5 X-Wing, the Lego Star Wars Smart Play Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and the Lego Star Wars Smart Play Throne Room Dual and A-Wing. Now, both Disney and Lego view the smart bricks as the most significant Lego innovation in decades, believing it will be a key to succeeding in today's attention-competitive screen-focused reality. So, smart bricks, as opposed to as dumb as a brick. Anyway, let's go on with the DC Comics news. A copy of Action Comics #1, the comic book that introduced the world to Superman, has been sold in a private deal for a record-breaking $15 million. Now, this sale, announced this past Friday and negotiated by Metropolis Collectibles and Comics Connect, shatters the previous record of $9.12 million set last November by a copy of Superman #1 at auction. The buyer and seller of the Action Comics #1 copy, which was once stolen from actor Nicolas Cage's home, choose to remain anonymous. When it first came out in 1938, the comic cost 10 cents and was an anthology featuring various and mostly obscure characters. However, it is historically significant for devoting several panels to the origin story of Superman, detailing his birth on a dying planet, his voyage to Earth, and his adult decision to use his strength to benefit mankind. According to Vincent Zerzullo, president of Manhattan-based Metropolis Collectibles / Comic Connect, the publication of this comic marked the beginning of the superhero genre. He estimates that only about 100 copies of Action Comics #1 still exist. Zerzullo emphasized the comic's importance, saying, quote, "This is among the holy grail of comic books. Without Superman and his popularity, there would be no Batman or other superhero comic book legends. Its importance in the comic book community shows with his deal as it obliterates the previous record." Now let's go on to the geek news. The unsettling Netflix anthology series Black Mirror is set to return for an 8th season, according to its creator, Charlie Brooker. The show, known for its worrying predictions of current technology woes, will hopefully be more Black Mirror than ever, Brooker confirmed in an interview with Netflix Tundam. Quote, luckily, it does have a future, so I can confirm that Black Mirror will return, just in time for reality to catch up with it. So that's exciting. That chunk of my brain has already been activated and is whirring away, unquote. The news comes as the series heads into the Golden Globes this weekend with its first ever nominations. It didn't win, unfortunately. Season 7 earned nods for Best Television Limited Series and Anthology Series for Motion Picture Made for Television. Additionally, Rashida Jones and Paul Giamatti received nominations for their roles in the episodes Common People and Eulogy, respectively. When discussing his creative approach for his new season, Brooker likened the process to making an album. He explained that he uses a useful thought experiment when developing new stories, considering factors like what haven't we done yet and what tone am I looking for? Where does this track come on the album and what musical direction are we going to go into? While he noted that a Black Mirror hoedown is very unlikely, he offered no further details on the new season's content. Now, season 7 was released back in April of last year and was highly praised for returning to the show's core dystopian and tech-fused themes following the mixed reviews of season 6. The Variety's review specifically highlighted the sequel episode Into Infinity, a follow-up to USS Callister, for expanding on the original premise. Walt Disney Pictures has cast the leads for its live-action adaptation of the 2010 animated film Tangled. Australian rising star Tegan Croft will play Rapunzel, the spirited would-be princess with magical hair, and Milo Manheim, known for Disney Channel's musical Zombies franchise, has been chosen as Flynn Rider, the slick outlaw thief who aids her escape from the tower. Now, Michael Gracey, whose credits include the musical biopics Better Man and The Greatest Showman, is set to direct this feature, which, like the original, will feature significant musical elements. Kristen Burr, a producer on last summer's Freakier Friday and 2021's live-action Cruella, and who has a long history with the studio, is producing, with Jennifer Caton Robinson writing the script. Now, the casting decision followed an extensive search in the US and UK, with finalists screen tested in London in December before the winter holidays. Croft and Manheim are now stepping into the roles previously voiced by Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi in the original film, which is now considered a modern classic and a significant part of Disney animation's second renaissance. Now, these roles carry massive career implications. A Disney live-action feature can be a billion-dollar worldwide hit, like Lilo or Stitch, and which was a big hit before Disney's animated Zootopia 2, catapulting relative unknowns to instant fame and open numerous doors. However, the actors will also face intense scrutiny from fans who grew up watching Tangled on repeat and singing I've Got a Dream. The original film earned $591 million globally and inspired the successful Disney Channel series. The next major role to be cast is the villainous Mother Gothel, a part that Scarlett Johansson was at one point considered for. Dana Jimenez and Hannah McKeon, the screenwriting team behind the anime sensation K-pop Demon Hunters, has been hired for a massive project. They're set to write the screenplay for Tim Burton's reimagining of the B-movie classic Attack of the 50-Foot Woman for Warner Brothers Pictures. Now, Burton is attached to direct and will also produce alongside Arthur Mittman and Tommy Harper. Lucky Chap is also involved in producing and developing the project. Now, the original 1958 film told the story of a wealthy heiress recently released from a mental institution who transforms into a gigantus and takes revenge on her unfaithful husband and his gold-digging mistress. Warner Brothers has been developing this remake since 2024, with Gone Girl writer Gillian Flynn previously attached to write the script. The duo, who were just 24 when they co-wrote the K-pop Demon Hunters, made by Sony Pictures Animation and a major hit on Netflix last summer, are embracing their newfound success. They shared their excitement with the Hollywood Reporter, saying, quote, "We're obsessed with the idea of a 50-foot woman wreaking havoc because a man did her dirty. We have a lot of feeling, a lot of people will relate," unquote. So, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. The sequel to 2023's critically and commercially successful Godzilla Minus One is set to arrive in North American theaters on November 6, 2026. Titled Godzilla Minus Zero, the Toho and G Kids film will first premiere in Japan on November 3rd. Director screenwriter Takashi Yamazaki returns for the follow up. The previous installment, Godzilla Minus One, earned over 116 million globally and made history by becoming the first Asian film to win the Best Visual Effects Oscar at the 96th Academy Awards. The November 3rd Japanese premiere date is significant as it honors the release date of the original 1954 Godzilla film. Domestically, Godzilla Minus One opened with an 11.4 million and went to gross on more than 57 million. A black and white remastered version also had a brief 1-week theatrical run in the US in the late January 2024, following its Japanese debut earlier that month. And finally tonight, Richard Dimitri, an actor known for roles in films like Johnny Dangerously and Let It Ride, and for playing twins in the Mel Brooks comedy When Things Were Rotten, has died at the age of 83. His family announced that Dimitri died in Los Angeles on December 18th following a long illness involving heart and lung issues. A New Yorker of Assyrian descent, Dimitri's career included co-creating the 1993 Fox sitcom Daddy Dearest, starring Don Rickles and Richard Lewis, and writing for comedies such as CBS's House Calls and NBC's Going Bananas. Dimitri had an early start on the stage and appearing in 3 times on Broadway, including in 1968's The Guide and Hal Prince's Zorba, and 1972's Lystrata. Before coming to LA, he had also taught acting at Queens College. His move to Los Angeles was prompted by his casting as the twins Bertram, the sheriff of Nottingham's aide, and Ronaldo, one of the merry men, in the 1975 ABC Robin Hood spoof When Things Were Rotten, which co-starred Dick Galter, but only ran for 13 episodes. Now, Dimitri's memorable film roles include Roman Moroni, the malapropised nightclub owner in Amy Heckerling's 1984 Johnny Dangerously, starring Michael Keaton, and the gambler Johnny Cheeseburger in the 1989 film Let It Ride, and featuring Richard Dreyfuss. He also appeared in Gene Wilder's The World's Greatest Lover and on various TV shows such as Starsky and Hutch, Welcome Back Kotter, and Hawaii Five-0. Additionally, he performed stand-up comedy at the Comedy Store. Born in Yonkers on June 27, 1942, Dimitri was the youngest of 2 sons. His father left the family when he was a toddler and was raised by his mother Mary and her father. After graduating from Yonkers High School and the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in 1962, he got a start playing Bashir in the 1963 off-Broadway revival of The Immoralist. In 1998, Dimitri retired from show business due to health concerns and started a second career as an art and antiques dealer with his wife, 26 years, Christiane Ings, who owned the Gallery Ings Dimitri Works of Art on La Siena Boulevard. Notably, he sold John Deere's 1787 sculpture Venus reclining on a sea monster with Cupid and a putto to the Getty Museum. Dimitri is preceded in death by his son John, who passed away in 2017 at age 19 from a hypoplastic left heart syndrome, a rare congenital heart defect. Again, Richard Dimitri was 83 years old. And finally, Guy Moon, the Emmy-nominated and Annie Award-winning composer best known for his work on Nickelodeon's The Fairly OddParents, has passed away at the age of 63 following an accidental traffic collision. According to the statement released by his family on Facebook and the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner report, Moon was killed Thursday morning after sustaining traumatic injuries. Quote, "We are overcome with grief to announce the passing of our beloved patriarch, Guy Moon. We feel singularly blessed to have been able to call him dad and husband. As we stand together at the base of what seems to be an insurmountable grief, we're emboldened to grieve him with honor and courage with the tools that he equipped us with in his beautiful life. He has left an unmistakable legacy and will be profoundly missed by us, his family, and countless others whose lives he impacted." Unquote. Moon was a prolific music writer, serving as the composer on several popular animated series. In addition to his 4 Emmy nominations for The Fairly OddParents, he also composed for 2 other Butch Hartman created shows, Danny Phantom, for which he wrote the memorable theme song, and Tough Puppy. His credits further included Big Time Rush, Netflix's Johnny Test reboot, Back at the Barnyard, Cow and Chicken, and The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Beyond television and animation, Moon composed film scores for projects such as 2017's The Crash, the Brady Bunch movie, a Very Brady sequel, and the 3 live-action Fairly Odd Parents movies starring Drake Bell and Daniel Monet. He also contributed to the soundtracks of major films including Minority Report, Fight Club, and Mystic Pizza. His family is tentatively planning a celebration of life on his birthday, February 7th, in the Los Angeles area, with the second event scheduled for a later date in his hometown in Wisconsin. Guy Moon was 63 years old. And that brings us to the end of this edition of the show. Now, please be sure to check us out on social media. We're also on Blue Sky at Multiverse Tom, Threads, Facebook, and Instagram at Multiverse Tonight. And if you've gotten some value out of the show and would like to pay it back, please head on over to multiversetonight.com, where you'll find our Patreon and Ko-fi links. Check our show notes, visit our TeePublic store, and so much more. While you're there, leave some feedback. If this is your first time listening, thank you very much. Welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button and share us with others. A special thanks to Shane Ivers for the intro music and Lobo Loco for the outro theme music. Thanks for watching this edition of Multiverse Tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more sci-fi and comic book news. Now please exit the universe in an orderly fashion. Good night. Multiverse Tonight is a production of Half Big Genre Productions. Copyright 2026. All rights reserved.